Hey everyone, Brad here from 13 Adventures. Today I'm going to talk to you about this brand new portable solar generator they're often referred to, but it's a battery bank. You can recharge it with a solar panel, you can recharge it by plugging it in, and you can use it anywhere. In full disclosure, I did not pay for this. The company sent this to me to do this review, so here's my review. To start, it's pretty heavy, so moving it in and out depends on what size you need and what size battery bank you need. It may be a weight issue, so please check the weight of these before you get going. Let's get this unboxed here. Oh, it comes with some really cool stickers. I like that. Everybody likes stickers, me included. We've got our user manual here. This is a 1548 watt hour, 3000 cycles to 80% of the cycle life. It's a lithium battery. It's got 1500 watts of AC power. It can peak up to 3000, so you can use like a kettle, or I'll get out some things and test it out. Has USB-A times 3, USB-A1, USB-C, and they range from 5 volts, 2.4 amps, to 5 volts to 3 to 9. There's a different amperage in different ones. Has a DC output and a car charger. And you can input AC, you can input DC, or you can input it says Anderson, which I assume is going to be our solar power here. So what's in the box? You get the device, you get a solar charging, you get a AC charger, a couple USB ports, and a DC car charger for your cigarette lighter, and get a workout. It's quite heavy. Wow, that's cool. So not too dissimilar from what we had before. I do like this feature already, because the other one I did not have a place to store all the things, so I had to buy an extra device to store it. But this one comes with its own storage compartment, which is a-okay. All right, here's our plug-in charger, so I'll plug that up to charge it. Here's a USB to USB-C port. Here's a USB-A to USB-C, and a charger for your car, so like a cigarette lighter plug. Let's get this thing plugged in. I assume that it comes charged, but I don't know, so we're gonna plug it in to see. Okay, plugging in the AC cord here. I hear it kick on. All right, let me take this film off of here. Okay, so I hear it coming on. It's charging itself. It is at 73% currently. Put these other cords in here. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate this storage box. So it has a number of things here. I can charge with a solar plug right here, standard solar plug. It has a jumper cable plug here, USB-Cs, USB-As, a cigarette lighter plug, so if you're charging something, cigarette lighter plug. You have a couple of 12-volt plugs down here. There's 4 different USB-As, and they're different amperage, so depending on what you're trying to charge, one will charge faster than the other. And then you have all your AC tools here. I'm going to run inside real quick and grab a few things that you might consider using this with. Now, how we would use it in all of our travels is if we're boondocking with our trailer, we have solar panels on the rig and it can power itself and do a whole bunch of things. But if we're doing an extended boondocking stay, we like to use one of these devices to charge our iPads and our phones and our computers and run our Wi-Fi and things like that, so it doesn't pull from the battery of the trailer. This makes boondocking much easier when you have one of these devices. And if you're car camping, specifically car camping, you can have one of these devices to charge all of your electronics wherever you might be camping all over the place. We have recently tested out a number of cooking devices, electric kettles, for example, to cook with from Stoke Voltaics, and you can plug that into here if you were car camping and heat up food or cook a meal or make popcorn for even. But there's a number of variety of applications for this, and you can carry this in your truck. So, for example, if you're car camping or you're RV camping and you need power, or you're in your house and you lose power, there's so many wonderful uses for this thing to charge your devices at night or during the day while you're out. But you can also plug it in your car. So if you're exploring a national park, for example, and you're driving through the national park, this thing can be plugged into your car cigarette lighter to recharge while you're going, so you'll be able to recharge your various devices that night. All right, I'm going to first test I'm going to unplug the AC power so this shuts off real quick. Because right now it's the converter really. So it converts AC power to recharge the DC battery, and that's what's running. But I'm going to plug in my electric kettle here. Now this electric kettle, just so everybody's aware, it's 120 volt, 50 to 60 hertz, and 1200 watts. So again, this thing is 1500 watts steady state and can spike up to 3000 watts. So I'm going to turn it on, AC. I see it AC coming on. And just in my little bit of charging time here, just a few minutes, it's already up to 82%. So I've got it plugged in, AC's turned on. I'm gonna turn on my electric kettle. I'm gonna set it to 185 degrees, and I see it working. So right now it's pulling 1042 watts. One negative thing about this already that I see, and it could be a positive depending on the application you're using it day or night, but the screen is really hard to see during the daytime. 1037, 42, my water's already up to 100 degrees. It's pretty steady right at 1042 watts coming out. All right, it has heated up my water from room temperature up to 185 degrees. It took just a few minutes, pulling about 1,000 watts a little over 1,000 watts while it was being used. And my battery went from 83% back down to 78%. So 5% battery life to heat up water, not a big deal. So that's one option. Let's check out a hairdryer. All right, we've got the hairdryer here. I like testing these because these things are typically problematic for these type devices, but this thing is going to handle it no problem. So I'm going to go to low fan, low heat. Pulling about 100 watts, high fan, low heat. About 200 watts, high fan, high heat. That gets up to about 1,200 watts. So pretty good setup here, and you can use a hairdryer using this device too. If for some reason you had a night light like this, again, the screen's kind of hard to see, which is a drawback to me, but 13 watts is what this light is pulling right here. And then I have my computer. So this computer is pulling about 350 watts to charge it. And I know the battery's a little low, so it's doing a bulk charge right now. And it ranges somewhere from 50 to 350 watts, depending on what the power needs are. So the computer's charging. Now, let's check out some DC features. I have the USB-A here. And I'm going to ask my lovely bride if I can borrow her phone. So I'm turning the AC off. I'm going to turn the USB on, DC on. So I have it plugged in this bottom USB port, and it's pulling about 5 to 6 watts coming out of that. And that's the quick charging one. And there's these others that are 2 amps, 5 volts, and these are pulling about 3 watts. Now I'm going to try the USB-C port. I'm going to charge my iPad. That's pulling about 20 watts during the USB-C port here. Another couple options for many of you out there in the world is a CPAP machine. So if you have a CPAP machine that requires you to breathe every night and sleep well, one of these things could charge your CPAP quite well and run your CPAP throughout the night. A portable refrigerator that some of you may travel with, a portable refrigerator in your car. So not only could you charge all your devices and camera gear and computers and iPads and all the kids' toys and all that kind of stuff, but you can stuff to help sustain life well. So refrigerator and whatever else you might need. So I think these are fantastic options for many of you out there. And if you add the portable solar panel to it that you can recharge with sun, you have energy all the time. So either while you're out driving around, you can recharge it with your cigarette lighter plug, or you can plug it up in your campsite to a solar panel and recharge it every day with the sun, which is free. So I am a fan of this product. I am a fan of these devices in general. The only real downside of this are the screen is not very bright during the daytime in the sun, and it's a little bit heavy. So depending on the applications you're using it for or where you're taking it, it may be cumbersome for you to get around. But it is quite small. You can fit this in the floorboard of your car. You can fit this in the back of your vehicle. You can fit this in your RV. And it will fit most anywhere and be able to do most anything. I do love the storage feature. That is lacking on many of these devices. There's a storage place for all your cords. So I do very much appreciate that. And a bonus feature back here on the back side is it has a light. You can light up your campsite at night. And I think that's a really cool feature too. So all in all, and it has multiple settings and it can flash. So if you need it in an emergency. All in all, I'm very impressed with this product. And I think it's something very, very cool to have, particularly in the boondocking situations or car camping situations, or just to have around the house in case you have a power outage, because you can power many, many things with this for a long, long time. So thank you to the company for sending this out to us, and we appreciate it very much. And we're going to continue to check this thing out for the next few weeks. And if I have any differing opinions, I'll let you know. As always, have an awesome day and happy adventures, everyone.